Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to today's story. It is called Miss Nelson is Missing by Harry Allard and James Marshall. Miss Nelson is Missing by Harry Allard and James Marshall. The kids in room 207 were misbehaving again. Spitballs stuck to the ceiling, paper planes whizzed through the air. They were the worst behaved class in the whole school. Oh my goodness, look at them. Throwing stuff. Oh, that's no way to behave. Now settle down, said Miss Nelson in a sweet voice, but the class would not settle down. They whispered and giggled, they squirmed and made faces. Ooh, so rude. They even were rude during story hour. What? And they always refused to do their lessons. Something will have to be done, said Miss Nelson. And she doesn't look very happy. She looks like she's such a nice teacher, and these guys are not being very nice. The next morning, Miss Nelson did not come to school. Wow, yelled the kids. Now we can really act up. They began to make more spitballs and paper planes. Today, let's just be terrible, they said. Not so fast, hissed an unpleasant voice. Oh, oh. A woman in an ugly black dress stood before them. I am your new teacher, Miss Viola Swamp. And she rapped the desk with her ruler. Where is Miss Nelson? Asked the kids. Never mind that, snapped Miss Swamp. Open those arithmetic books. Miss Nelson's kids did as they were told. Uh-oh. Says work to be done. Math, poems, English, history, and geography. Oh, she does not look friendly. Ay, ay, ay. They could see that Miss Swamp was a real witch. She meant business. Right away she put them to work. And she loaded them down with homework. Oh my goodness, look at all these books that they have to take home. They don't look so happy. We'll have no story hour today, said Miss Swamp. Keep your mouth shut, said Miss Swamp. Sit perfectly still, said Miss Swamp. And if you misbehave, you'll be sorry, said Miss Swamp. Days went by, and there was no sign of Miss Nelson. The kids missed Miss Nelson. The kids in room 207 had never worked so hard. Maybe we should try to find her, they said. Some of them went to the police. Detective McSmog was assigned to the case. He listened to their story. He scratched his chin. He said. I think Miss Nelson is missing. Detective McSmog would not be very much help. He stated the obvious, friends. Where do you think Miss Nelson went? What do you think happened to her? Oh, no, I hope she's okay. Other kids went to Miss Nelson's house. The shades were tightly drawn, and no one answered the door. In fact, the only person they did see was the wicked Miss Viola Swamp coming up the street. If she sees us, she'll give us more homework. They got away just in time. That's Miss Nelson's house, and this is Miss Viola Swamp. I wonder what happened to her. Maybe something terrible happened to Miss Nelson. Maybe she was gobbled up by a shark, said one of the kids, but that didn't really seem likely. The sign says, sharks, very unpleasant. Maybe Miss Nelson went to Mars, said another kid, but that didn't seem likely either. Here she's walking with her umbrella, and there's the Earth, and there's the spaceship. I know, exclaimed one know-it-all. Maybe Miss Nelson's car was carried off by a swarm of angry butterflies. But that was the least likely of all. Seriously, guys, what do you think happened to her? Did she just get fed up with these kids and she just had enough and didn't want to come anymore? Or did she really disappear? The kids in room 207 became very discouraged. It seemed that Miss Nelson was never coming back, and they would be stuck with Miss Viola Swamp forever. They heard footsteps in the hall. Here comes the witch, they whispered. Hello, children, someone said in a sweet voice. Could it be? It was Miss Nelson. Did you miss me? She asked. We certainly did, cried all the kids. Where were you? Well, that's my little secret, said Miss Nelson. How about a story hour? Oh, yes, cried the kids. Miss Nelson noticed that during story hour no one was rude or silly. What brought about this lovely change? She asked. That's our little secret. And they sure did look happy now. Back home, Miss Nelson took off her coat and hung it in the closet, right next to an ugly black dress. When it was time for bed, she sang a little song. I'll never tell, she said to herself with a smile. Oh, guys, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh, do you think that Miss Nelson really disguised herself as Miss Viola Swamp just to really let the kids see what it could be like without her and make her appreciate her more? I wonder. P.S. Detective McSmog is working on a new case. He is now looking for Miss Viola Swamp. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story. Back here is a recommendation that somebody wrote, and it says, if all teachers looked as goofy as Mr. Marshall makes these two, the earth would never again have a truancy problem. That means the earth never would have somebody being absent problem. Silly. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this book. Tomorrow we are going to read another Miss Nelson book. I have 3 of them. All right, have a good day.